Yeah, so my name is Kevin Villela. I work at Google as a senior software engineer. Yeah, so as a software engineer, I'm in the data visualization organization. The deal with that is basically that Google has a ton of data. Obviously, we have a bunch of analysts, and they need to, slice and dice this data, draw conclusions from it, draw pretty pictures and stuff like that. So I will make tools for these analysts to be able to visualize these data in meaningful ways. Right. So my background is I went to a small college in the middle of Indiana called Indiana Purdue at Fort Wayne. It's like a sister school of both Indiana University and Purdue University. I went there primarily to play volleyball. So I played. They have a pretty good team and then a pretty good coach, and I was able to play there for a few years. And I decided to do computer science because they had an okay program there, and because I thought after school was over, I would be able to continue playing volleyball and have like a flexible job. So that's the primary reason that I still work at Google. I really like working there, but it also allows me to go to the beach in the mornings and play as much as I want. As far as internships and stuff goes, I did get a couple of like jobs on the side when I was at IPFW. There are a couple of tech companies in the area, and so I would, when I had some free time, like in the summers and stuff, go and see if they needed any work done. So I had like a couple of temporary positions doing, everything from mobile applications to websites and stuff like that. So I don't think I had any formal internships or anything like that, but yeah, I think overall, even though I went to IPFW for volleyball, the professors actually ended up being really good, and I was able to get a good education there. Yeah, so the biggest advice that I can give, I think in the last decade or so, we've sort of gone further and further down this path of attention being like a very valuable commodity, and Google and Facebook and Fang and all those other companies have a lot to do with that. Where there's a lot of things that are like primarily competing for your attention. So if you can hold that back in some way, then I think that that's going to make you much more valuable. And the two concrete ways that I would recommend doing this, especially if you're looking into computer science or tech or being a knowledge worker, but also for a lot of other jobs. One would be meditate every day. I think that's extremely important. When I was first introduced to that in college, I thought it was super weird and like sort of really out there, but I've been doing it ever since, and it's extremely valuable for all aspects of your life, not only for work but for personal stuff too. And the other one is if you're into tech, then there's a really good book by Cal Newport called Deep Work, and it basically just describes the concept of like for you to get anything really meaningful done, you have to be able to focus on something for at least an hour or 2 hours with absolutely no distractions and follow. And I followed that sort of advice like all through my work career, and the amount of stuff that you can get done when you really focus on something and don't have like your phone going off or anything like that is it's unbelievable, the difference between that, and it's getting harder and harder to be able to do that. So yeah, meditating and deep work would probably be my two pieces of advice.